Well, you guys are seeing BMW parts, but we're gonna work on a Ducati in a second. You guys saw on, not the last episode, but the episode before that we published, we were putting this M1000RR together. It's not taped up yet for the paint job, guys. It's not staying full carbon like that. It's gonna be full carbon with a paint job on top. We have our scale set up. It's set at 0 because I'm gonna weigh a couple things. That's today's theme. It's weight savings and some beautiful looks. So let's do this first because we didn't do this when we did the bike. We just want to get stuff done that day. But let's see what the stock M1000 subframe weighs. This is heavy. Let's put it on here. So I'm gonna stand like this. It's 9.28 pounds. Anybody want to take a guess? Maybe stop the video, pause it, go in the comments and say what this is gonna weigh over here. Our carbon subframe. I even left some of the packaging stuff on there. That was 9.28. This is 3.90. So if my math serves me correctly, probably 5.3-ish pounds lighter just for the subframe. And don't forget, the cool thing about these are that a subframe sits on an extreme location, right? Because all the weight on that subframe is around the tail and it's up top, so it makes a big difference on the feel of the bike, even when you push them around. So let's see what the fuel tank saves. The fuel tanks are aluminum, so this tank is not that heavy to begin with. 5.30 pounds for your stock fuel tank, and it's no magic, guys. Nothing's on there. This tape is on there, but we have the same tape, I believe, on the carbon one. So this is 3.2, so over 2 pounds of weight savings with this. So in all, you're saving 10 pounds off an already light superbike. I think it's pretty cool. So let's get to today's stuff. I'm gonna first put these things away. When the video cuts to the new part, you're gonna see how we're gonna save weight on a Panigale V2, guys. When the new Panigale V2 was released, we know that it was down on power, but it also was down on weight. Something, I don't know how they say weight, because this doesn't go on this bike. This is the sprocket carrier for the previous generation V2, right? You guessed it, we're gonna do chain and sprockets today. And right here, I was shocked when I saw this box, guys. This is the new sprocket carrier for the new 25 and 26 V2 and V2S models. This is huge compared to this. It has bearings pressed in it and everything else, and I assume this goes on the cush drive side. So my goal today is to see, number one, if this beautiful piece is lighter than the stock one that's on there. Then we're gonna do our DID ERV7 chain in gold. I know you guys ask us, why don't we do EK3D? We like it, but on some stuff, I just prefer the ERV7. They're both great chains. And then the rear sprocket in black, I think it's gonna look really nice. Actually, let's just put it on top of it. This is how it's gonna look. It's gonna tie in really beautifully with our black and red rear sets. Also, we're doing something else. So the bike has a 42 teeth rear sprocket. We're actually going to go with a 43 tooth rear sprocket. I went on the sprocket calculator. It says that the bike should gain about 2.3% more torque with just the 1 tooth count being changed. Technically, this is not going to be a fair comparison. I know this is lighter than the stock 42 tooth steel sprocket. This is a Sita aluminum sprocket. Even though this has one more tooth and the diameter is just a tiny little bit larger, this is still going to be lighter than what we have on the bike. We have the 42 and 43 available as well. And in case if you guys didn't know, I'm Manny from Motomillion. We sell motorcycle parts, and all the products that you see on today's video is in the description below. Now, we got some beautiful parts. A scale still set up over here. Let's get into it and let's pull everything apart off that bike, weigh it, and then we'll weigh all this new stuff that's gonna go on there. And then we'll see how much weight we're saving. And also, we're gonna see how much better this Panigale V2 is gonna look as well. If you saw the last episode, this carbon heel guards came in prosciutto paper. Japanese are known for the Wagyu, so this is butcher paper that DID sends their chains in. First, I want to get the right length on here. And come on, tell me this doesn't look better than what it's replacing. Looks so good that I live in Miami. I want to put this around my neck. So we're going to put this against this one right here so that we could cut it to length. And then we'll wait for you guys. And then we'll clean this chain and put it on. I don't know. Well, this is not a fair comparison because we haven't pulled the bolts off, but I'm afraid that this thing doesn't feel that heavy, but 4.12. It's often misleading because I just pulled the heavy wheel off. And our new setup, 3.04, is lighter. So let me get these bolts off and then we'll get individual weights properly because that weight's not official, guys. We got to take these things off and then we'll get the official weights in a second. All right, the moment of truth, guys. 2.24. Oh no, I think our new part may be a little heavier, but it's okay. 2.24, it looks beautiful, but we're about to find out. 2.32. So don't forget to put your spacers, transfer them from the other one into this. This fits, and then the next one too. All right, that's in. This one here, right? Cool. This aside, let's weigh the sprocket. 42 tooth steel sprocket, 1.56 pounds, 43 tooth. Technically bigger, 0.74 pounds, less than half the weight actually. And it looks really good. Let's get this on here because I'm dying to see this on the bike and also to weigh the chain. We gotta first see how long we're gonna leave that chain, and then we'll do some more measurements in terms of weight. And there's still no pretty hardware available, guys. That's why we're using the stock hardware. But you can be sure as soon as there's some beautiful hardware that's available, we'll be doing that too. And as I mentioned, I think in the last video, that there are a set of BSD wheels that they just released. So I think when we get it, the sprocket carrier will change. But till then, we're gonna have this beautiful red sprocket carrier on our 2025 Panigale V2S, guys. Doesn't this look good, guys? It should fit right in here, and it does. Man, that wheel already looks better. Time to weigh the chains. That's missing one link. We'll add the link on it. Let's first use the stock chain, guys, and see what it weighs. I may be proven wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the stock chain is going to be heavier. So this is the stock chain, 520. It's a Regina chain of some sort, OEM spec, 3.68 pounds. So let's see what this one weighs. We cut it to length. And if you're wondering what tool I used to cut it, guys, I used the PBR tool by Motion Pro. I actually like this tool a lot more to cut because it's easier to cut a chain with this. But you'll see when I'm putting the chain together, I'm going to use the DID chain tool because this does pressing and riveting really well. And the PBR, I found that it's the perfect tool for cutting, but it could be tricky for the riveting and pressing. So let's see. This weighs 3.60 with this 3.62. Was it the same? Let's try it again. 3.62, 3.70. And I'm going to add this because this is the pin, to be fair, 3.70. So it is a little bit lighter, guys. So I know some of you guys are going to say, what about the grease on this, guys? We're going to say that we save weight with the chain to feel better. I'm all in it for the looks, guys. Take a look at this. Of course, this is a stronger chain in terms of tensile strength, but we're not going to be breaking any chains or horsepower figures with the Panigale V2, but this looks also much better. So let's get this back on and then we'll press and rivet and we'll clean this thing and lube it properly. Well, the verdict is in, guys. I have the piece of paper with all the weights so that we can recap what we did on this beautiful 2025 Panigale V4. Our Sprocket carrier was heavier by 0.08 pounds, which is 36 grams. Our sprocket that we put on, that beautiful Sita black sprocket, because it's aluminum, it's still lighter, even though we went with a 43 tooth count, by 0.82 pounds. That's 372 grams for you metric people out there. And our chain, this DID RV7 520 chain in gold color, is lighter by 0.08 pounds, which cancels out that 36 grams that we gained with our sprocket carrier. Speaking of that sprocket carrier, I did mention it's probably the way bearings. I can't verify it. I'm not going to pull those bearings out and weigh the bearings, but usually some bearings weigh a little more than the others. 36 grams, 0.08 pounds is not that much. But take a look at this. If you take a look at our video where we spun the rear wheel to check for slack on the rear brake when we did our beautiful rear sets, this wasn't spinning this freely, guys. And I could tell you definitely that this is freer spinning. And of course, it could be because of the better quality chain that we used, which is the DID RV7 versus the stock Regina chain. But I think the biggest factor is the bearings inside of the sprocket carrier. There's 2 or 3 bearings in there that got replaced. I think that has a big contributing factor on how freely this spins. So what does saving weight do, right? The saving weight removes parasitic loss, so that the more of the power that you make on your crank transfers to the rear wheel, so the bike is putting out more power at the back. And don't forget, we went up 1 tooth count. The Sprocket calculator said we're making 2.3% more torque with just going up 1 tooth in the back, with just compromising a little bit with the top speed, which is totally fine with me. This is not going to be a speed king. This is probably to run around the town. And even if you take it to the track, you probably want a little more oomph with this bike. But look at this thing. I'm loving how it looks. It ties in with our black and red rear sets, guys, and I think that was the right color choice. There's a lot more we could do. We have a rear rotor that's on our Panigale V4, our 2025 Panigale V4, that could save a little more weight because it directly fits on this. And there's also a forged wheel option from Ducati Performance that we don't have the part number yet, so we'll probably get our hands on that because that was on the Francesco Bagnaia and also the Marc Marquez edition of this Panigale V2 that just got revealed. That's probably going to go on this, but we're going to probably put this to rest for a little bit until we get our exhaust from Aero. There's going to be a decat and also a muffler option. That decat's going to save a lot more weight that we expect. So this lightweight bike is going to be even lighter. Once we get that on, it's going to sound much better. We're going to continue on with our other projects on the next episodes, guys. Look out for the 2025 Panigale V4 and some more content on that BMW M1000RR that we're building. Also, we haven't forgotten our Supreme of the Supreme. That's going to be coming up next probably on our YouTube channel. And as always, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, leave me down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.